Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino's shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Gino's Spot on a Tuesday night. That's right. We are back every single Tuesday we do, and we are here for you for the Eastern Cape, something to build our little community, or say little community. Eastern Cape's quite large, actually. Build our community, indeed, and build our people, and make sure that you're all feeling positive as well, and feeling like we can PE and Gqeberha can be the next metropolis of the country. We're going to head that way. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you're all nice and cozy. And I hope that you've got something to drink, a little bit of something in your, maybe a little glass of wine or something, or a little Fitch and Leeds is always nice, because they've always been very helpful to us here at Gino's Spot. We'd like to thank our sponsors, of course, SPAR, as you can see up there. And, we got the What You're Watching on. I see we are going to be talking about what you're watching just now as well. We're going to, and Fat Cats, thank you to Fat Cats for our chow tonight. Grace, been wonderful to have a little bit of chow here and there for the hungry souls on Gino's Spot. And tell us where you're watching from, and tell us what you're drinking. Give us a couple of things in the comments. We always like a few comments. Always good to go. And also, thank you to our like I said, our sponsor SPAR, and Fitch and Leeds has always been very, very nice to us. Fat Cats for our chow, and Amobia for our internet, which has been remarkable considering all the load shedding that's going on. I hope all of you are not being load shedded, because hell's bells. It's I don't know, load shedding. It's been chaos in town as well. Every single robot is completely is off, and then you've got to do the four-way stop, and then you've got to be stuck in traffic for hours and hours. It's bloody mad, I tell you. So tonight, of course, we have Yolanda Bukani. Yolanda is one of our SPAR brand ambassadors that I've been working with for the virtual race, and she's a remarkable lady. And so I thought I've got to get her onto the show, because we try and do with Gino Spot. We try and do is find the people in town that got their heads down and working hard and doing stuff. And she's certainly one of those ladies. She's been doing incredible things. So, but before we even get there, we're going to have a quick look at our What You're Watching tonight, which with Darren Fuller. Darren, she has a little intro first, and she sent a little video for us tonight to say, I think she's also stuck in traffic somewhere along the way. So let's have a look at what Darren's
Hi everyone, tis I, Derry. What film immediately comes to me today after 1 hour in load shedding traffic to get to the other side of PE. Then I have to go back to where I live for 2 hours of load shedding once again, is The Matrix. So The Matrix, obviously, as we know, the robots, any in a future dystopian world are using human beings to basically live off in their barren, dark wasteland of a world. So on the one hand, most of the world would probably be like, that's disgusting, that's so evil. But today, South Africans, I can only imagine, would say, yeah, sure, it's evil, but hear me out. Constant electricity. Anyway, sorry guys, I know we're all annoyed by load shedding. But anyway, what to watch? So this week, I must admit, I'm still on a Simon Baker mentalist path. But what I have watched, I watched a Taiwanese horror that's just come out on Netflix called Incantation. The dubbing is fantastic, so you don't have to worry if you don't want to read subtitles. Guys, honestly, it was scary as heck for me. Scary as heck. It's a found footage movie, which I don't generally love, but this one was done a lot better. So it's about this young woman who has given up her child a few years prior, and now she's trying to show the courts that she can provide for her young child, who's about 6 years old, and it goes back and forth between, what she did in, 6 years ago that she believes she's cursed for, and why she gave up her daughter, and it just goes back and forth between present day and the past. But guys, it was heckin' scary. And I mean, I watched it in the daylight. Okay, not the daylight. I mean, I try to make it as dark as possible, but I watched it in the day, and then I had to take a nap, like with the lights on. Anyway, so Incantation. It was pretty spooky. Then, so real crime, which, as you know, I am a fan of. The Girl in the Picture. Guys, if you like crime, this is a doozy. It's very, very good. A lot of people I know have found it incredibly shocking. So if you like that sort of thing, if you like the crime and the, my goodness, how can people exist like this? Watch it. If you don't cut it out. Then, Friday, guys. So I know that not everyone is Jane Austenites, but on Friday, the new Persuasion is being released on Netflix. So I've heard very many opinions on this, mostly bad. It stars Dakota Fanning as Anne Elliot as the main character. It has Henry Golding in it. But yes, the dialogue is somewhat modern, and it breaks the fourth wall, a little bit different to the Persuasion that you would have seen or read, but I'm still pretty keen to watch, so Persuasion comes out on Friday. Let me think, what else have I watched? Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is out on Disney. Freaking amazing. So good, guys. It was so good. And then also, Lost City with Sandra Bullock in it and Channing Tatum, where she is this romance author, and Channing Tatum is the base for her, manly, no shirt man on the cover. And she gets really kidnapped in real life by Daniel Radcliffe, of all people, Harry friggin' Potter, who's this maniacal billionaire. And Channing Tatum decides to be a real hero and save her. Guys, it looks so good. So that's going to be available on Prime soon. So watch that. It looks so funny. It's really funny. So guys, that is pretty much what I have seen this week. I must apologize. My viewing has been somewhat limited, but I think all of our viewing has been a tiny bit limited. Watch the load shedding. As you will notice, I am, literally doing this in my car. Just, on 20% battery, because I love you guys and I wanted to let you know what you should watch despite the incessant load shedding. So guys, I wish you happy things, electricity, warm tea and wine. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you soon. Bye.
All right, right, that was Darren Fuller, indeed, in her car, doing load shedding. So, like I said, tell me where you're watching from. Tell me what you're drinking, and let me sing you in like I usually do. That would be a good idea. And we have a little gin and tonic here from our Fitch Leeds and a bit of punters. I think we've got some punters here from Keith Clark. Thank you so much for the punters. All right, so let's put on a little song and let's sing your comments. Let's see where you. Tell me where you are. Tell me what you're doing. First, I was afraid. I was petrified. I kept thinking, oh, am I ever going to live without you by my side? And I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong. I learned how to carry on, but now you're back. Oh, Camilla Ellis. She says, hi everybody, good day at work today. Very relaxing with my tea. You should interview me with Martins. That's right, some coffee. Alicia Hayward used to be Alicia. Now it's much easier to spell. That's right, Alicia. She watched Sahara. She watched Sahara as well. And Alicia says, the Netflix movies. That's right, you like to sit on your couch with your doggies and just pet them while you watch all the lovely movie. Alicia Hayward, that's right. All right. How we'll survive. And we're in so nice and easy. How's that? All right, we have something special for you tonight as well. You know, as we've been going on with Gino Spot, we've got an entourage of people that have been helping out and giving us interesting information. And I've got to know so many people. It's been fabulous. I see Alicia on there. Alicia was on our show not too long ago. Fantastically interesting person as well. Before she got married as well. She hit my show and then she got married just like that. But no, one person that we did pick up, and that's with the help of Yolanda Bukani, who is our special guest tonight as well, was Dean Allen. And Dean Allen has got a special message every now and again he brings into Gino's Spot about a bit of Eastern Cape history. So let's have a look and see what Dean has up his sleeve tonight.
Hello, it's Dean Allen here, and I'm at Founders Lodge in the Eastern Cape. One of the features of Founders Lodge is not only the incredible wildlife you can see, but the Founders railway carriage that was brought here recently. It was built in 1972, but under the ownership of Adrian Gardner in the early 90s, it carried his family around South Africa. But now it's open to the public for people to experience this incredible Founders Lodge with this incredible setting. I want to show you around quickly. Before we go inside though, just have a look at this magnificent pool and the view. The ticket office here, this is where you have your shower with that incredible view, but inside is really the secret of this place. As you can imagine having a holiday here. This 5-star facility has been converted in recent months by Adrian Gardner to provide a really unique way of experiencing the Eastern Cape wildlife here. Around the walls you can see the history of South Africa. Adrian Gardner's own grandfather was a keen photographer. So once you've enjoyed your dinner, it's time to actually come down here in one of your own private suites. We have several bedrooms along here. Of course, the toilet, the water closet, and here we'll finish up the tour in the master suite. Step back in time here at Founders Lodge in this amazing railway carriage.
Oh, great. And it's very, very fancy. I don't know how they got that train there. I don't know. There couldn't have been a railway line going there. They must have dropped it with some Musa helicopter. Maybe Brendan Kelly knows about what sort of helicopter will be able to do it. A Chinook, or one of those one of those huge double rotated things. I was drinking red wine tonight at home for a change. That's right, at home. I'm so glad you are, because you need to. Really, you've been away such a lot. You need to rekindle your marriage there at home, Brendan Kelly. And Lisa DeRook, hey, Gino, I'm scooting off to the couch to listen to my show. Excellent plan. Indeed, of course, and thank you to Algoa FM and the listeners for supporting my new song, Scoot. It's got to number one. It got to number one last week, which is my debut song, and my debut number one on Algoa FM. So I was so pleased. And I have got a follow-up song that I will be releasing. It's called Super Like a Summer, and I'm going to be doing a summer tour with that as well. That's going to be fun. I just want to do a tour where we got a band together and we hit the venues and we get people jumping. That's right. All right. So we've heard from Dean, of course, and we've heard from Darren Fuller with What You're Watching, and we haven't got anything from Garth tonight. Our weather guru, who's also amazing. Can't wait for the new song. I think that's a great song. It's really, really, I'm loving it as well. So, but I'm busy mixing it down. And like I said, it's called Super Like a Summer. I wanted something that was Eastern Cape. Super Like. I always say Super Like. I like it. All right. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to introduce our special guest tonight. She's a lady of a multifaceted lady, and with a very rich life at this stage. And I'm going to call on Yolanda. All right, and we're in. Can everybody hear us? I hope you can. Yeah, it should.
Hello,
that looks good. That looks good to me. It's quite loud in there as well. If it's too loud, let me know. But it should be good. And Yolanda, fantastic. Finally, to get you on. I'm going to push these mics away a little bit. Fantastic to have you on, because I know I've been trying a long time to get you on. And
Sorry.
I asked you once, and then I asked you again, and I asked you, and you were always like all over the country doing all sorts of stuff. You are run off your feet today already.
Crazy day.
And I mean, what was it today? Was it your modeling, the modeling side?
Yes. So I've got Black Excellence events
Black
and
Excellence
models.
events and models.
Yes. So
Okay.
Today was a bit of a crazy day. I've got an event tomorrow at 6:30.
6:30 in the morning.
Yes.
You see, as a musician, I don't really understand that, because we don't get going until about 10.
Okay.
As a musician, but clearly you do. Is it photographic? Is it a thing, or is it a,
Well, we are doing a campaign for the city, the municipality. Like, as you know, that we've got this big problem of water, and so we're going to be distributing flyers across many intersections in Gqeberha tomorrow, just to try and encourage people to save water, not to waste water. Yeah, so that's.
So it's a saving. It's a water saving
campaign.
A campaign, fantastic, and along with tourism, I presume.
With the NBDA.
NBDA.
Yes.
We had some of them on here as well. And of course, Darrell was on as well, and another lady, it's Jackie, I think, I can't remember. But Hendricks, they're amazing, and I love what they're doing in the city.
Definitely.
And I mean, you are perfectly suited for the show, because I know you want to build this city of ours as well, and I've got so much hope for it. I mean, do you as well? Do you feel that?
I do. Like, I mean, I'm a Gqeberha. Like, I was in Joburg for 2 weeks, and it was amazing, but I miss my Gqeberha, because I love this place. It's a beautiful city. And I keep on saying it's a friendly, we call it the friendly city for a reason. You always see happy smiles and happy people. And like, I mean, last year I won the Herald Citizen of the Year.
Yes, I saw that.
Because of Black Excellence events and models. And so it's also about just empowering young people across the Gqeberha that have always wanted to do modeling and everything like that. So
I quite enjoy it.
Yes, I enjoy it.
But I mean, the guys that you're getting in as well. It's definitely a form of upliftment as well, because if you give people a reason and something that they can be passionate about, something that they enjoy.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I employ quite a few model teachers, and now tomorrow I've got 45 casuals that I'm able to employ through the MBDA, which is amazing. The fact that we are able to give other people a chance and give them a stipend, and they can at least get something, because COVID has left all of us, with bank balances that look
shoddy.
Exactly. So I'm so blessed that with what I'm doing in this agency, I'm able to give back
Yeah.
to the people of Nelson Mandela Bay.
Is this quite a big part of what you do there, the events and models? Is it of your day? Like what part of your day gets used up by different things? You've got so many things on the
Yes,
go.
I do. There's so much. So the events is a big part of my day, obviously, because we're an event staffing company.
Okay.
So we range from waiters to promoters to every single thing, to cleaners, basically. So what we try and do is we try and make the jobs of event staff management companies easier. Even hotels, and Sun International is one of our biggest clients.
Yeah, I was just saying, what would your clients be then? It would be
Okay.
Sun International. And
It's a bit of a variety. So I've got the Boardwalk Mall and the Boardwalk Casino, and I've got clients like corporate clients as well, events management companies like your overall events.
Okay, so
doing amazing things.
events management companies would then come to you and say, we need staff
Yes, definitely.
for-
And then we would just make it happen. So
Wow,
they would then go to bed, and then I would stay up.
Yes,
like
yes.
now. But I love it. I love it.
Okay,
It's so
okay.
fulfilling.
And do you? I mean, you must be going out a lot then. You must be at these functions a lot as well.
Yes.
Because I mean, I see your face everywhere. She's literally at every single spot. You see Yolanda's there.
But I love it. I love events and I love people. So you know me. I
But
like
you're
people,
still young, so you can still handle it. I mean, I love people as well, but it can get really quite hectic, and it can be busy.
It does, and I mean, with all of the roles that I have at the moment, sometimes people obviously with the whole part of being a public figure and being a brand ambassador for so many organizations, I would meet people at the mall and they would be so happy to see me, and I'm thinking I'm supposed to know your name, and I feel bad, and I really feel bad because I like to be able to say hi, Gino, and everything. So now I'm like hi, and I hug and everything, and then I feel bad because I'm not gonna ask you.
Yeah, of course. I know. No.
Yeah. So
Man, so okay, so Black Excellence Models, and that's what you've been doing. That's what you're doing at the moment. You've got all these things, and I know you're juggling a lot of balls. There's a foundation as well.
Yes, there's a foundation. So I mean, a lot of people know that I'm a cancer survivor.
Oh yes.
So this year on the 3rd of September, I'm going to be celebrating 2nd of September. Sorry, because the 3rd of September is the SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge.
Yes,
That's why I'm getting confused.
Yes, the 3rd of September is
Brand ambassador.
yes, the SPAR.
Yes. Yeah. So on the 2nd of September, I'm going to be celebrating 9 years in remission.
Okay.
So 9 years of no traces of cancer, which is a big milestone for me, in medical mystery, but I'm so grateful, so I'm going to be celebrating that.
Yeah.
So when I was diagnosed with cancer, obviously I did not know much about cancer. I was still a student at the time. I was I was in high school.
High school still.
Yeah, I was in high school.
16, what, 15?
I was in grade 11 at the time.
So that is 15.
When the cancer was detected.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And then it took a few years for the diagnosis. So when I was diagnosed, it was already in stage 4. And 80% of the bone marrow had the cancer, and I was really sick. So I was only diagnosed when I was at university.
Yeah.
So at that time, I mean, I'm a student, I'm at Rhodes, I've got legal studies, I've got so much work to do, and I didn't know that I'm sick until obviously they had the bone marrow biopsies and they did all of the tests. So at that time, I was a student, I didn't know much about cancer. And my mom and I used to go to all of the doctors and also consulting and getting all of this advice and stuff. Yeah. But we never really had a place that would assist us with certain things. Because, you get the diagnosis, but you need more support. I'm going to why I started the Yolanda Bukani Foundation.
Yes.
So, after going through a year and a half of treatment in and out of hospital, and then also post-cancer, because remember, it doesn't end in that 2 years of fighting cancer. There's life after cancer, which is not as easy and as glamorous as it looks. You get to deal with depression, you get to deal with having to worry about, if you're still in remission and relapses and stuff like that. So a good anxiety. So I mean, a good 5 years post-cancer, I struggled struggled.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest, I think I struggled post-cancer more than I did while I was going through the cancer. Because when I was sick, I knew that I was sick and I was just fighting. Like I was on fight mode. I'm like, and studies and just trying and forget about what was happening and fighting for my life with Jody. But after the cancer, that's when it sort of like dawned on me, like I'm a cancer survivor, and then you also, because now you know all of those symptoms that you had, you literally are always, if you cough, you're like, oh boy, it's back.
Is it back?
If you're sneezing, oh boy, if you're sweating or whatever. Yeah. So that 5 years, I would just rush into Dr. Littleton's. I would call every time. At some point, he said, okay, don't take a call. So I had his private number.
Yes.
Like that. And then he said, no, you need to go now. You need to, it's over now. You don't have cancer anymore. You need to just continue living. So after going through all of that, I just realized that, there's a big need out there. People don't know a lot about cancer. They don't know a lot about life-threatening illnesses. And I had the privilege of being invited by Umhlobo Wenene for a radio interview.
Yes.
I think 2 years post-cancer.
Wow.
And they interviewed me and they wanted to know, what the struggles were and everything.
Yeah.
And so the presenter asked for my number. And I had not really realized that Umhlobo Wenene is one of the biggest
in the country. Unbelievable. 6 million people, I think.
So I had not realized this, and I left my number. By the time I got to my car, everyone was calling. I got so many calls. I went, but I was still working for Masifunde Learner Development at the time. I went and I was just writing down all of these numbers. People were asking me questions. People were sending me things, trying to get help. That's when I was like, well, there's a need. The Bible says that my people perish because of a lack of knowledge. And then I was like, there's people there, like especially in the rural areas, they don't have Google. They don't have internet. They don't have any of those things, but they need to know about all of these life-threatening illnesses. And that's how the Yolanda Bukani Foundation was born. Initially, it was just about cancer because that's what I knew. I knew about my journey and everything.
Yes.
But then people started asking me about other life-threatening illnesses, your TBs, your HIV and AIDS and all of that stuff. So I started doing research as well. And then through studying and learning more about all of these and sometimes the signs and symptoms, like for your TB and your cancer, would be similar. So we then changed the scope from focusing just about cancer. We focused on life-threatening illnesses, especially in the rural areas. And we've also had the privilege of working with the Department of Health and the clinics. So that's the foundation element.
Because like you just to touch on what you were saying there as well is that I've noticed. I've realized through this COVID thing and through a lot of people that have been sick with that and other illnesses, other operations, you realize that it's not the operation almost that's the problem here. It's it's the head. And so many people go through depression after having an operation or having an illness like this. And I don't know if it affects the chemicals in the body, and obviously having this thing happen to your body that it needs to fight, So it's but your head often gets done in, you depression, anxiety,
all of those. Yes.
Man, and I can only imagine for a cancer, having cancer at such a young age, it must be confusing as well.
Definitely confusing. Gino, like I was saying, I was still a student. I was at Rhodes, right? And obviously you're gonna lose your hair. You're gonna lose your eyelashes and your eyebrows. So so obviously with the hair I could put on a wig. And Grahamstown is not as windy as Gqeberha, so I could survive with the wig. Because I'm thinking, wig, so that wouldn't have worked. So I used to go to lectures, and I was in tutorials and everything. And I would listen to other students just talking about like their problems, today I'm having a bad day because of just random stuff, things that is appropriate to that age.
Yes.
I don't want to say random stuff and downplay what they're going through.
Course.
But I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I'm here, I'm fighting for my life. Your problems are basically, party or whatever. But I'm sitting here.
My boyfriend fought with me today.
Exactly. And there I am thinking, oh boy, it's 2 days till I have my chemotherapy. And I know what is going to come when I have my chemotherapy. I'm going to be sick for another week. So it was very difficult. It was very difficult. That's where you need to really sort of like train your mind to think, okay, fine, this is the situation that I'm in now. You know, this is my battle. You know, it doesn't mean what they're going through is less than what I am. It's just so I had to be strong. You know, I had to go to my lectures and smile and everything like that, and then go to my.
Because life goes on.
Life goes
it's
on.
true. It does.
Life goes on.
Quite brutal in that way.
Exactly. And I mean, people can't not be happy just because you are going through what you are going through. So it was, I mean, at that age, it's difficult to actually say that, because I mean, I would have days where I'd be like, well, you know, I'm an athlete. I'm a former athlete. I was a 100-meter sprinter.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah. That's people always ask me, where do I get the legs and the calves? I'm a former Eastern Province 100-meter sprinter. And actually an Albany district record holder. Back in the day, I was fast.
And
Like,
you
my
were doing the
teachers-
race, we didn't even know about this, guys.
No. I mean, my teachers that if they're online, they would tell you that in Albany district, Port Alfred, Grahamstown, Yolanda Bukani was the name for.
Oh, really?
So when these diagnoses came, it was very difficult because, you know, when you're an athlete, you have a healthy lifestyle. You know, I mean, I was running.
Yeah, why do you end up
I was
with...
running from primary school. I was one of the fastest girls at my school, which I used to get teased for because I was a tomboy. I was athletic, you know. So now I'm diagnosed with cancer. I'm playing first team netball at Rhodes. It's not making sense. I'm healthy. You know, yes, I do what other students do, but in moderation because I've got a match in the morning. You know what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
You know, and then boom, you've got this diagnosis, and you ask, but how? I don't smoke. That's because obviously I did not know about the lymphoma and the cancer before. So it was really difficult to sit there and think. And people were like, but you're so healthy. You know, you were the healthiest person that we know. And I'm like, well, I'm healthy, but I got the cancer.
Yeah.
But anyway.
She was, and it often is, it does seem to be like that. I mean, I saw Donovan McLagan. I see Don McLagan there, our Urban Express guy, has just had a heart attack now, and he's okay apparently. But you know, he's a healthy guy. You know, I always thought, Don, my thoughts go out to you as well. But he, you know, unbelievable that and it often does seem to, it seems so unfair.
Yes.
You know, guys that don't drink. You're like,
I'm not saying
"Hey."
yes, definitely. It really, especially when you're at that age, you feel like it's unfair. You know, you're not gonna say, "I wish it was this and what me," but you're like, me, like I mean, all this training for all these years and stuff. So it didn't make sense at that time.
Yeah,
It
but
really
but
didn't.
now I mean, and then did you have operations then? Did you have bone marrow transplants? Did you, what
boy.
happened?
I had
Tell
so
me the
many
story.
things. So I have had so many bone marrow biopsies. That is when they drill you. Like when I say drilled, you know, like it sounds like a drill. It's traumatic.
Oh, God.
It's so traumatic. Sorry, I don't mean to scare anybody. You know? It's
I don't want to.
I'm laughing now.
Yeah.
But literally, when they try, every time they have to test your bone marrow to see
Yeah,
the
of course they
cancer,
have to do.
you lie on your bed, on the bed obviously, and they drill the bone marrow. I mean, it comes out of a bone, so you're like, it's like
Yeah,
they have to
I know.
pull it out of the bone.
Crazy.
Sorry, I hope everyone's had dinner. Sorry, guys. But yeah.
Okay,
but
so they test and
they
then
had
they
to
can
test
see.
that. They test that a lot. I've had the chemotherapy, I've had radiation, I've had a bone marrow transplant, which is a stem cell transplant. I saw Dr. Jackie Thompson. She was one of my doctors.
Oh, wow. Okay,
She was one of my doctors at Netcare Pretoria East. I had Dr. Littleton as well from Provincial Hospital, who's amazing. He's like, I just love Dr. Littleton.
Yeah,
Thank you,
okay.
Dr. Littleton, for everything. So so I had all of that. There was a point where I didn't have any more veins.
Okay,
Right, and
okay.
remember, obviously for chemotherapy you need these
Yes,
veins.
of course, yeah.
So I had a port. I had to have an operation. Dr. Steenkamp had a very nice mock decoration here where he cut me up and they put a port, which was also at the time something I struggled with mentally. So I had this round plastic thing in my system where they would then put the chemotherapy and all of the injections. So there was a point where I would be, standing in front of the mirror, and this round plastic thing is here, and yes, it was there to save my life, to help me, but it would give me a lot of anxiety because, you're walking and you've got something that is not naturally there. Yes, it's meant to help you, but it still feels like it's not supposed to be there. So that was a bit difficult. And then it became my friend, and then I realized that it's there to help me and not really to, So I've got a warrior scar. A lot of people have asked, why don't you I mean, there's surgery, you can get it removed, but now I show it proudly because it's my warrior skin. And I'm alive because of the scar and what it brings.
I tell you, it makes me feel, whoo, like,
Yeah, sorry, sorry.
but I tell you, it's I mean, what a journey you've had to do, you know. And then obviously free for 9 years, fantastic. You know, it's just
so grateful,
wonderful.
So grateful.
And also now. Like instance, modelling the foundation you're going,
yes.
but I mean you've been involved in cricket and rugby as well, which is wonderful.
Yes, that is just amazing. Like, I mean, it's such an incredible opportunity. And Olga Williams, I'm sure you know
I know
Ogs.
Olga Williams,
Yes. I can't not speak about Ogs when I speak about rugby and cricket. Olga Williams is probably one of the best marketers in Gqeberha, maybe in the Eastern Cape, probably even in South Africa.
No,
and I
she's
mean,
great.
yeah, I mean your rugby players, we used to call her Mama O, right? Because she's just such a mama and she's so amazing. So I have a social science degree.
Yeah.
Right. And I majored in legal theory and sociology. Yes. And
So legal, I mean, she's been at Rhodes
Yes.
for a law and social sciences. It's amazing.
Yeah, but Mama O gave me an opportunity to work as a PR officer for the Southern Kings under SA Rugby. So she gave me that opportunity.
Okay.
And at the time, obviously, I knew of PR and everything like that because of all the events and everything and the social. Yeah. But Mama O turned a village girl from Alice into a PR and marketing guru within 3 months.
Yeah.
Like, I learned so much from Mama O. Like, I'm not downplaying people that have studied PR and everything like that. But Mama O, she sat with me and I just watched her. Like, even with regards to a brand, you know, I know now brand and marketing because of her passion and the amount of mentoring and training that she gave me. Yeah.
She was, I think she was in with Donnie Herald when he came in as well. It was fantastic, but she's clearly like a go-getter as well.
She's a go-getter.
So she was a bit of a mentor then.
She still is. She's a mentor and she's a mom and I love her and she's amazing. So that's how I got into rugby. So then I got the opportunity to work with the Southern Kings players, which was amazing. I built so many nice relationships up with them. Like, we're family now. Yeah. And people used to ask me, because I mean, I'm tiny, I'm small.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm tiny. And then there's these big rugby players and I would be standing there and telling them what to do and everything. And people would ask, aren't you scared of these players? You know, I once took my mom to a game and she's like, Yolanda, you speak to them like they're children. I'm like, but they're my children. You know? And stuff. But the one thing I can say about athletes is their respect, you know, from the Southern Kings players to the Warriors at the cricket. They are so respectful. I have never ever felt like I'm in the wrong place, because I like to say #woman in sport. I've been so blessed. I don't feel like I was the rose among the thorns. I feel like we were all just roses, and it's just been such an amazing experience.
You have to be a strong lady to be in a man's world as well. You know?
Yes. But I've been blessed.
But people like Olga and I'm saying Michelle Brown.
Yes, definitely.
You know,
No, definitely.
I mean, these are ladies. There's some strong ladies in this town. We just had Alicia on.
Yes, Michelle Brown is actually my mentor as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I call her Mama Michelle as well. So it's Mama O for Olga, and then it's Mama Michelle for Michelle Brown. Okay. So I'm so blessed to have Mama Michelle Brown in my life as well.
Fantastic too, and obviously a very they've also both. They're generous people.
They are. They're very generous people. And you know, what I say, Gino, is that we always need to think about the next generation. And what I've learned from being mentored by Michelle Brown is the fact that you need to think of succession. You know, and from being mentored, because my initially I didn't, when it comes to Michelle Brown and the mentorship, I had heard everywhere when you go to a meeting, everyone's like Michelle Brown. Right. So yes, so I was like, okay, fine, I need to find Michelle Brown. I've heard of Michelle Brown, but now it's time to find Michelle Brown. And I knew Funeka Soga, who I worked with at the stadium. I'm like, how do I get Michelle Brown's number? And then she gave me the number. I sent a WhatsApp. Hello, Michelle, I'm Yolanda Bukani. I've heard a lot about you. I would love for you to mentor me.
Oh, wow.
She responded.
Really?
very positive response, and we had our meeting. And initially it was just supposed to be a 6 months mentorship program, but it became a friendship that is so amazing. Last year when I was going through COVID, Mama Michelle was just there all the time, and so what I've learned from her is definitely that's a succession, and being able to impart your knowledge to the younger generations. And that's exactly what I'm doing as well. Even through Black Excellence events and models, I mentor my staff. I share my knowledge. I try and empower them. And everything that I will take from your Olga, from your Michelle Brown, I take it down to them as well. So it's all about.
I know, and that's why you're so blooming busy. It's crazy because you're always. I mean, you're very generous as well with your time and with and also with in the way that you if you go for something, you say yes, and then you go full taps.
Yes,
no resting or no.
I try. Thank you, Gino.
So obviously Michelle Brown, and was that through the business? Was through the chamber or
for me it was directly. Remember, there was the Women's Association at that time. I think, but for me, but for me, I went directly to, and I was so pleased that and I was so amazed because she said she knew I was like, yo, Michelle Brown knows who I am.
Yeah.
Then I'm like,
when you are everywhere.
When Michelle Brown knows who you are, then you could.
Yeah. No, it's been. I mean, it's she and like I said, Olga as well. Another one like that too. There's PE is, like you said, it's friendly city. A lot of people around there. Everybody's, especially during COVID. I don't know if you noticed that everybody pulled together more during COVID. Definitely. Shared knowledge.
Shared everything, we all just became a family,
So there was one good thing about COVID. I don't know if we're coming back now that everybody's going to be at each other's throats again,
Back to business.
Back to business again. And so you just go back in your history. Let's have a look at your history. Like were you born in? Was it Alice? Is it Alice that you were born in Alice?
Yes.
And I know, but Tuba Mieki, Tuba sings with me as well. Also from Alice. So I don't know about it. I don't think you're the same age.
No,
I think he's slightly. I think he's slightly older than you, but older.
No, I don't know.
But Alice, I mean, it's how many k's from you? Is it other side Umtata?
No.
This side
That's
of
too far. Alice is between Fort Beaufort and King Williamstown.
Okay, so it's up to sort of the triangle, East London and Alice. Okay.
Yeah. So that's where the University of Fort is, where all the leaders and the legends are born.
Yes, of course. And
went to school.
Yeah. And so born there and grew up there. Did you go to school there as well?
I didn't grow up there. So I'm a village girl, a very proud village girl with very strong cultural village roots. Yes. I mean, I love being a village girl. Okay. I was born in Alice. My mom at the time was a teacher. Okay. Right. So I didn't grow up in Alice. I grew up in Kenton-on-Sea because my mom used to teach in Bushmans.
No way.
And so I used to visit Alice because I think you know that my grandmother's my best friend.
Yes. Your Gogo was your best friend.
Yes. So I would visit Alice on holidays and certain weekends and stuff because it's a bit far from Kenton. So I grew up in Kenton originally, but Alice is home. Okay. So that's weird.
All right, but Kenton, that's lovely.
Yes, right there.
We used to go to Kenton every single holidays. We were there. And a beautiful area. That's Lower Albany. I mean, that's the frontier land, I suppose.
It's beautiful, it's peaceful, and it's just,
it is a beautiful place.
Also friendly people.
They are very much so. And everybody speaks closer there.
Yes.
The guys. And so, what school were you at then? At junior school and
I went to Port Alfred.
Port Alfred.
I went to Kenton Primary for grade 1 and grade 2, and then I went to Port Alfred High School from junior school up until I matriculated.
Okay. It was a nice school.
It was a very nice.
Did you enjoy your schooling or?
I enjoyed my schooling. I really enjoyed my schooling. Like I said, I was an athlete at school. I was an athlete at school, so I was very sporty. I enjoyed my school. I had amazing teachers. I'm still in contact with quite a few teachers. I've had the privilege of speaking at my school and sharing my cancer journey. And
so
you've
been back then?
Yes, I've been back, and I'm hoping to be back again because there's still quite a lot I want to do with that school as well, just to support them. I mean, because they put me on the map as well.
So they gave you the grounding. Yeah.
Definitely. So
Yeah.
I love Port Alfred is such a beautiful town. You know, and I also had the privilege of being a prefect at my school.
Oh,
as well.
lovely.
Yeah, I was a
Okay.
prefect. So it was
So, but the leadership
Yes,
qualities,
yes.
you know, I always say, leadership qualities, tick, prefect.
yeah.
Did you give lots of writing out and you're quite strict to it?
Not really.
Ah.
I'm gonna be very honest. Not really. I mean, this is on my Facebook page, and people from my school are watching as well. I was one of the naughty people as well, so
Oh,
I didn't really give out much because it was more like send the thief to catch the thieves.
All right, I see, because they know she knows the modus operandi.
You know,
she knows.
but,
Okay, and then from there to Rhodes.
from there to Rhodes.
You obviously got good marks at school.
I tried.
Yes,
I tried, yeah.
You must have,
Yeah.
in order to get
To get to Rhodes, yes.
well, you don't just someone get to Rhodes. You never know if you just someone
That's
get to Rhodes.
true.
And did you move to Grahamstown then?
Yes, I moved to Grahamstown. I moved
On
to
your
Gra-
own?
Yes, I moved to Grahamstown on my own. Well,
Sure.
I mean, I was from around corner. Kenton is just
I
around
suppose.
from Grahamstown.
But yeah, you got to stay in your own place. You
Yes,
got to
yes,
get.
yes. I stayed in my own place. But what was nice for me was the fact that during my entire high school career from grade 8, right, I had the privilege of working for Auntie Judy. Auntie Judy was our tuck shop lady. So I've always been an entrepreneur and a worker.
Okay.
So Auntie Judy was the tuck shop lady at our school. And so she had a business that worked at the National Arts Festival. So every school holiday, we would go stay with her and my friend, her daughter, Lauren. And we would work at the monument. We would be in a coffee shop and we would be waitressing and stuff. So yes. So by the time I went to Rhodes, I knew New Street,
Okay.
the biggest street,
Yeah.
or the only street. I knew
Yeah.
New Street, and so everything.
High Street.
High Street.
Yeah,
New Street.
yeah,
I knew
yeah.
Grahamstown.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It was just a matter of I knew Rhodes as well because
Yeah,
sometimes we would do events at Rhodes. as well.
Okay, so you'd been working there a bit,
Yeah.
and because when I go to Grahamstown, I just think of the festival, and
Yes.
and it had such a lovely vibe in that monument.
It is
You know, if you think of this, I don't know if any of the guys were at Sundowners
Yes,
at
they
the
were
monument.
best sitting
the
there, yeah.
best man,
Best
just
time.
sitting and watching the little bits of all of the
Snippets.
shows, snippets of the shows. You get to see like 50 shows in one day. One
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, it was
And I've done
amazing.
stuff there as well myself. It was so cool to it just bring back such memories,
Yes,
you know.
beautiful memories.
And so how many years at Rhodes? 3
3 years.
3 years at Rhodes,
Yes.
and then straight into back to PE and starting to work, or how did you get out of it?
Okay, so my story is just so complicated.
Yeah.
Remember, I was diagnosed still still a student,
okay.
so that sort of changed things a little bit because initially the plan was to do my social science degree, and then after my social science degree, I would then do the LLB because remember the plan was law,
Yeah.
and then obviously then cancer came, and then it changed things. I graduated, and that year that I graduated, actually, that year when I was actually fighting cancer, I did well. Like, I mean, when you are
Yeah.
tested, you just focus and
Yeah,
you just
yeah,
give it.
cool.
So those were one of the best marks of my entire Rhodes career, right? And then I had received a scholarship for the following year to go back to Rhodes to continue with
Honours.
the LLB. With
LLB,
yes.
okay.
But then at the time, Dr. Littleton said that I needed to have my transplant. And then with the transplant, it would be different to your actual chemotherapy. So I couldn't really go back to university and study because it was a longer time and I had to go to Pretoria. So I ended up having to pack up and move and then go to Pretoria for the transplant.
Okay.
And then even when I came back, there was still a lot of debate of whether do I go back to studying or I don't, because remember I had a compromised immune system. So when you have your transplant in your bone marrow, they kill your immune system with chemicals. They give you a new immune system. I had to have all of those immunization that Jody has, my son.
Yes, yes.
So I had to start birthdays twice.
Yeah.
Because on the 29th of January, I celebrate my first birth, and then on the 2nd of September, I celebrate my rebirth.
Okay.
Because I've got a new immune system.
Yes.
Like my immune
Wow.
system is literally 8 years.
Okay.
This year. So so that's why I couldn't come back because there were concerns of am I gonna still get illnesses and infections. So then I moved back home.
Sure, and COVID as well. Did you have to get vaccinated? Did you get the
No,
vaccination?
not for COVID. Yeah, but I mean I had COVID last year.
Okay, you had COVID anyway.
Yes, I've
Okay,
had COVID, yeah.
Gee whiz, because I mean, then you think that's your immune system. I suppose it's. I mean, a baby's immune system is only 1 year old anyway.
Yeah.
So it's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's. I I've never really thought about that.
Yeah.
That you have to start from scratch
Yes, I
again,
had
basically.
all of those injections. It was quite, I had my clinic card, and I would go to the doctor, and they'd be like,
But
it
why
didn't
so
make
late?
sense to a lot of people. It didn't really make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, so then I moved back to home to Alice, and then from there it was East London. A bit of work for Reach for a Dream, which was
Oh.
amazing.
Reach for a Dream.
Yeah, the
Okay.
foundation. It was such an amazing experience.
So that gives you experience then with the foundation to
Yes,
get your
yes,
own
yes.
one together too. So Reach for a Dream was that the one where they gave presents to
yes,
people?
Yes, yes. It was so fulfilling. It
Yeah.
was such a nice experience, and it also helped me to heal. You know,
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I had just finished my treatment, and I obviously was battling the mental health and also the post-cancer traumas and stuff like that. So now I had this opportunity of working with youngsters that were going through what I had. You know,
And you had therapy yourself as well.
Exactly. So it really helped me. I would be giving those prizes, and I would go on dreams with them. They would write notes in terms of,
Oh, really?
excuse me, you know,
Yeah,
what
tell me
they
some
wish
stories.
for.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we had such amazing dreamers, you know. And what I found, which actually also changed my outlook on life, was the fact that you would expect little kids to be asking for your computers,
Yeah.
for everything. Yes, you would get
Yeah.
that one, but then you would have dreams where I want to go to Cape Town and see Table Mountain, or where
Okay.
I want to go have cake with my cousin at the beach and stuff like that. And you think
Yeah.
that, you know, you can choose anything. You know, you
Yeah,
get to write.
yeah.
I think you get to write five dreams, if I recall, and then we get to just check and stuff, and then we get to see which dream suits you.
Yeah.
But they had experiences, you know, and it makes you realize how short and precious
Yeah.
life is, because when you're going through illness, you realize that your fancy car doesn't really matter.
Nah.
You know, your fancy house, as much as you,
Yeah.
it doesn't really
It
matter.
doesn't- it's
You know,
nothing.
yeah, it means nothing. So when I was in hospital in isolation, I remember, and with being neutropenic, you know, so Dr. Littleton had like a lot of rules. You know, I couldn't go to the beach and I couldn't go to the sand. So now here's a girl who grew up in Kenton and Bushman,
Yeah.
whose life was literally
Yeah.
walking on the beach all the
Shady
time.
Beach and
Exactly.
Beach,
Yeah. Now all of a sudden, I'm not allowed to do any of those things and stuff like that. So yeah, you're sitting in that room and you're in isolation. So I know a lot of people like COVID isolation. I'm like, yeah, I've had isolation
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
When people have had all of these masks and they're saying, I've
Yeah,
been
done
through
it.
all of that. So
Done that.
I've done all of that. So yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, so
Okay.
working with Reach for a Dream was amazing, you know, and a nice experience.
Do you remember any specific stories from the...
Yes. I mean, I took a family to Morgan's Bay.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and it was the first time I've been to Morgan's Bay, and it was so beautiful,
beautiful, yeah.
you know. And we were sitting, we were having cake. Like he literally just wanted cake for that day, and obviously, yeah, he just wants to go to. Obviously, he can't go on the sand, right?
Yes,
So he
okay.
wants to see the beach, and he wants to have cake on that day. So my then colleague and I,
Cake
Portia,
in the ocean. was it?
Portia and I decided that, you know, we're not just going to get him blown away. You know, we also had dreamers that just wanted clothes. So we would go on shopping sprees, and I'll be Auntie Yolanda, and we would dress up. Portia had a few overseas trip, you know, on boats and stuff, which were really nice. You know, we would ride bicycles, but just the look on those kids'
Yeah.
faces when you gave them something
Yeah.
was just
The
amazing.
excitement
You know,
and
when
the-
you walk into the hospital room and you just there and they just smile, they know that something is coming, you know. And one of the things that I also did with the Reach for a Dream was Queen for a Day, you know, where you make them feel special and pretty. Remember, you know, we lose our hair and eyelashes, and for a young girl, it's not nice, you know, because at that time we sort of associate
You're
beauty.
very worried about yourself as well, what people think of you at that time as well. I know.
Exactly. So I had a dream, Queen for a Day, and I remember I said that I want to do it. You know, I want to have that Queen for a Day, and I'm not
Okay.
gonna wear my wig, and
Okay.
so that they actually know that, you know,
Yes.
a Queen for doesn't have to have hair and everything
Yes,
like that. That's why I love people like Shudu and Zozi, our former Miss South Africas, that
Yes.
have told us that beauty is not really all of these
Yeah,
things.
external
you know,
stuff.
Exactly. You can,
Yeah.
even if you don't have hair, you can still be
I'm
beautiful.
so glad you say that, because I mean you're running a model agency,
Yes.
but you know, but these things are so, and they're so that some people for some people it's everything, you know. And
Yes.
there's a culture of this whole thing with flashy cars and flashy stuff,
Yeah.
which you just know it doesn't mean anything.
No,
you know,
no. Definitely. Can I tell you, our slogan for Black Excellence Models is "Come as you are." Like
Okay,
literally,
okay.
we say "Come as you are." We have no height restrictions. We have no weight restrictions.
Yeah,
We
okay.
accept models from the ages of 4 up until
Yeah.
60. I mean, I've had my oldest model is 54. You know,
Yeah.
I've got plus size models who are gorgeous.
Yeah.
We don't check what kind of skin tone you are, what
Yeah.
eyes look. We don't. It's come as you are. Remember when I was growing up, I was a tomboy. You
Yeah,
know, I was
yeah.
literally a tomboy. I was an
Yeah.
athlete, and sometimes I would get teased for it. You know,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm like, anybody, like if you want to be a model, you don't
Yeah.
need to fit all of these stereotype
Yeah.
boxes. You know, it's not meant to be like
Yeah.
that. And now I see with pageants like Miss South Africa, they're changing the narrative. They're changing that whole stereotype that you
Yeah,
must
yeah.
be taller than this
Yeah,
woman.
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And
yeah,
stuff. And it also helps with things like the issues of health. You know,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
would starve themselves
Of
just
course.
to try and fit into the industry. No, you know, modeling it's a beautiful industry, and we're so grateful to have, you know, companies that actually show people that you just be healthy, just be you. Don't go starve yourself.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
And
No, it's good.
what
That's
we
good
do
to hear.
as
It's good to hear.
well.
Anyway, let's. Gary is actually. Let's have a look at some of the comments there. Let's have a look. See, Elisha says, "So beautiful." Okay, Mui saved for Thursday afternoon. Yes, indeed. And I know we've got a couple of things coming up with Elisha. Camilla Ellis, such a young, vibrant person, must be hard to deal with cancer. I've only had experience with older people with cancer. It's true.
It's true.
It's always the stereotype is that it's an old people's disease, but it's not. It's
Yes,
not.
definitely. And I'm going to be very honest. Like, I mean, I remember the first time when I walked into Dr. Littleton's room
Yeah.
and stuff. I was the youngest person there. You know, I was the youngest person there. So I didn't, before the diagnosis,
Yeah.
I didn't understand. Like, they were just, like I said, old people and
Yeah.
stuff. So it didn't really make sense to me and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. And it was definitely difficult because
And
I
then
was
you,
a student.
and you haven't got somebody that your age that you can look at or talk to and say like, hey, yeah, what's going on?
That's
What's
what
like,
you-
oh, yeah,
that's
gee whiz,
true.
man. Kathy Marsh, hello, Kathy Marsh, nice to see you there as
Kathy.
well. And Justin Moore, my friend Justin Moore says
Fiction
hello.
leads. Hi, Justin. Thank you for the
This is it.
fiction leads.
We got it here, Just. We
Always
got it
amazing.
going on here.
Thank you.
Oh, magic. And I see some of this. We've just got a couple of comments
Yes,
coming on
okay.
saying but Gary's been looking through your social media.
Okay.
So we've got something called Socially Speaking, which we're going to have a quick squiz at. There we go. We're going to go
Oh.
small. And some of your posts that you made, some interesting posts. What is going on there, Yolanda Bukani?
So this is a very funny one. Like I said, I'm from Alice,
Yes.
beautiful village,
Yeah.
Kwezana, and Hogsback is very close to us.
Okay, all right.
So this is in the mountains of Amatole,
Okay.
which is very close to my home.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
And there's a bath on the cliff.
Yes.
Cliff bath,
Yes.
at
Is it
away
the
from
edge or
village.
something?
Yes,
Is it
on
called the edge?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's-
yeah.
you can actually bath in it, like
Jeez.
literally, you know. So it's beautiful. It was actually
There we
quite
go.
cold there, but it's so stunning. Yeah, so you know,
Beautiful. What a magnificent shot of your view.
yeah, Mother Nature got a view there.
There we go. What's going on here? I didn't know you were into motorbikes.
I am now. I just hope one day I'll be able to afford one.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, for sure.
So this is in Durbanville in Cape Town,
Oh, okay.
at a family friend's place. I was there
Okay.
with my son Jody.
Yes,
he's just like,
Jody's.
yes,
Yes, we haven't mentioned Jody too much, but Jody's your what makes you breathe every day.
Yes, Jody puts this smile on my face all the time. He's
Oh,
just
man.
my boy, and I love him so much. So we were in Cape Town for his birthday weekend.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
And so you can ride, eh?
No, I
Did you-
didn't. Not I was on top. I was
Oh, on the back.
With
Oh, the
somebody.
back.
No.
Oh, so posing nicely
No.
there. Eh? Just, but
That's
not-
for the gram.
Lovely. Okay. Oh, and here we go. Is that Alice?
That is Alice. That
Okay.
is Kwezana,
Okay.
our village. And
Okay, so Kwezana was,
yes.
which is just outside of Alice, or
Yes, it's a village within Alice.
Oh, within,
yeah.
okay,
So that's where
within.
we live.
Wow.
So that is a beautiful picture, that is that's got so much meaning to my
To
heart.
you, yes.
That is 4 generations, my Gino.
Ah,
Four
wow.
generations of love. That is, I'm gonna start from the youngest, obviously, my little
Jody,
my little
Jody,
monkey.
yes.
Yes, Jody's mommy,
Yeah.
myself, and my beautiful mom, who
Yes.
was my cancer caregiver throughout
Wow.
my whole journey.
Yes.
She's my best friend.
Sure.
You know, yeah.
She
she's
looks very young to be your mom as well.
yeah, that's where I get the
Yeah.
good genes.
And,
Right from my mama.
Gee whiz.
You know, so that's my mama, and then next to her is her mom, who celebrated 83 years this year.
Okay.
Gogo.
Oh,
That's
Gogo,
that we call her
Gogo.
Cells. She's my best friend. Yeah, she's my best friend.
And
My
all still
therapist and my praying partner.
Four different generations.
Four
That's not common, yeah.
generations, yes, definitely.
That's amazing. Oh, there we go. Cape Town.
Mother City.
Yeah, we were there. I was there with you
Yes,
that
yes,
time.
I think you took this photo. I'm not sure.
I think I might have taken that
You
photo.
might have taken that photo. So, you know, being a SPAR brand ambassador opens so many doors.
I
You
know.
get to explore places you wouldn't really go to.
I know, it's been
Yeah,
amazing.
it is,
And
yeah,
we
so-
went down there for the launch for the virtual race. Which is 3rd of September, and we're gonna be running. We don't know where we're gonna be running. We'll
It's going to
see.
be exciting.
Yeah, it will be. And let's have a look at what else we got there. Oh, there we go. It's also the launch there. This is amazing. That's standing next to me. There is Kesa
Moletsane.
Moletsane.
Kesa Moletsane.
She is super fast.
Super fun.
Like she run 10Ks in like 31 minutes or something ridiculous, or 32
And
minutes.
still jog afterwards.
And still have a run, somewhere else afterwards. I mean, it's unbelievable. So little weight there to carry. I tell you what, she just goes.
She's amazing.
And then Renee, I think, is the lady on my left and our right there, in the green dress. She she had an arm that was only one arm, and she is an athlete as well, amazing athlete. And then is it Luzanne? Luzanne, I think on the other side. She's actually blind, but she's a runner as well.
Yes, she's a runner as well. They are so
And they run quick, man. They're not
Faster than us.
They can faster than me, and I'm no slouch. Let me tell you, she's faster than me, and she's blind.
And she's amazing. I mean, you were there at the launch, Gino. So the three ladies and I got to speak and share our stories. And it was just amazing and so inspiring. And I mean, SPAR couldn't have chosen, more better ambassadors. They just, when you think of the theme, I Rise, these ladies have overcome so much, and they stood on that stage, they shared their story. It was such an overwhelming evening.
It was quite emotional, actually. It was. Let's have a look and see what else we got here. Oh, there we go. Is that an Apple iPhone thing or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
Where those pictures
He's
come.
very creative.
I've seen everybody posting these photos. It looked like paintings of themselves. That's Alana Africa with you there.
Yeah, she was the MC for the SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge, and she's also a brand ambassador.
She's
Amazing
a radio and TV lady.
Yes, yeah, radio and
amazing,
TV.
actually. Really so good on stage. She's incredible.
She is.
All right, let's have a look there. And what's going on here? That Gogo.
That is my best friend. So Gogo and I love sunsets. We love sunsets. So every time she comes and she visits me in PE, we always go to school markers.
Skoonies.
# share the bay. We always go to Skoonies and we watch the sunset. It's just our thing.
Beautiful.
And stuff. And obviously it was chilly, and that beautiful blankie there is from SPAR.
Yes.
Thank you,
It's a SPAR
Elsa.
blanket.
All the proteins. and
Elsa
stuff.
B, yes.
Yeah, thank you, Elsa B. So that's from
And
SPAR.
that little bench there, you can sit there and watch the whales as well.
Yes, yeah.
Because we've been, and I think you know Lloyd Edwards as well, who took his Reggae Charters.
Yes, I was there last year.
Last year we went out with Reggae Charters, and he is fighting the bunkering in the bay, the fuel to fuel, ship to ship transfer of fuel.
Okay.
Which is killing the penguins and the sea life. So we need to protect that. But you can see if you sit on that bench there, you can see
and
the
dolphins. Like we always, I'm so
amazing.
lucky. Like when we sometimes go there, we'll just have a private dolphin show. And I'm
I know,
thinking, wow.
incredible. It's
So yeah,
incredible.
#share the bay. Discover that Nelson Mandela Bay. Go out there. You'll see dolphins for free.
For sure. Let's have a look here. This was is that you up at the
Yeah, this was at the beginning of the year.
yes, beginning there.
Yeah,
We
in
did
Midrand, yeah.
we filmed. I think we filmed some stuff. I can't
Yes,
remember.
for SPAR and Jamie and the team.
Yeah, so we did some filming of all the videos and the things for the marketing for the race. all the balloons there.
Yes, all the balloons.
And you slot right in. Oh, look at that. There's traditional.
You see,
There's traditional
a
Euro.
traditional cultural Xhosa village girl from Alice. Yeah, in front of my
Love it.
family crowd.
The
This
crowd.
one- yes,
Look at that.
yes. So this picture, obviously I posted it in celebration of Africa Day earlier this year, but it was actually taken last year. So
Okay.
last year I had a big celebration, which I haven't really shared on social media. I had a very big celebration in Alice to celebrate winning the Herald Citizen of the Year.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
So what I did is I invited the whole village because they support me so much.
Oh, wow.
Like, they support me so much.
How many people in the village?
It was a raining day, but we had so many people. It was like a wedding. Some people thought
Like
I was getting
1,000
married.
or like 100 or what?
I'll send you some of the pictures. We had so many people, but
Sure.
luckily we were able to cater for everyone. They celebrated me. We had the elders of the village giving speeches. You know, it
Marvelous.
was amazing. I'll post those pictures and I'll share. It was an amazing day.
That is so
Celebrating
cool
the
that you can go back to your home
Yes,
and there's
yes.
just everybody in the village is there. Isn't that
Yes,
amazing? But
it
being a village
was.
girl has got its perks.
It does. It really does. It really does.
Oh man, okay. Let's have a look now. Where is that? That looks very fancy. That's also.
Okay, yeah, so this was at the Marine.
Okay.
Obviously, it's for that insert for the race day for the SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge.
Okay,
I had
okay.
the privilege of being interviewed by Ian from Supersport, who's just
Oh, wow,
amazing.
okay,
Ian
cool.
Laxton, I think, yeah, he's
Okay,
very amazing.
okay. All right, let's have a look at what's next year. That's you. That's you doing your talk at in Joburg, and
In
I was
Cape Town.
sorry in Cape Town. I was there as well. It was fantastic. It was a gala event, and you did so well.
Thank you, my Gino.
You did be proud. It was awesome.
Thank you. Gino.
All right, let's have a quiz. They're here on the beach again.
Yes, I'm a hiker.
Bit of a modelling
Yes,
shot there, you know.
yes, it was a
Not so much hiking, more modelling going on there.
That's true.
Very good. Oh, of course, COVID days. That's Leon. That's Leon Hugo.
Yes.
That's our resident photographer in PE as well. Amazing. And all with our masks and
Yes, and so we
buffers
were
and-
in Alice for that one. We had an
Okay.
activation at the school where SPAR was just donating
okay.
school shoes. They were donating stationery, and we did a big campaign, you know, and they were planting trees. It was amazing. And
Marvelous.
yeah. Thank you, SPAR.
and your connections obviously in Alice as well, helping there too. So
Yes,
so
yes.
that's,
I mean, we had SPAR from Beaufort as well. We had a lot. I mean, the foundation, Yolanda Bukani Foundation, was there assisting with it.
because you know it's often a problem. I think with people that want to give their money, and the companies want to give CSR, you know, donations. That where to give it?
We do give it
Because
definitely.
you don't want corruption. You don't want things. So if you've got somebody that's in the village that knows the place,
Yes, and yeah,
You've
I was so grateful. I mean, to take
Yeah.
SPAR and to take, I mean, Leon and to take Laura and Alan, Data Stapes and everyone
Yeah.
to my village. You know, it was
So
a
there-
highlight of the year last
That's
year.
great,
It
it
was
is.
amazing. Thank you, SPAR.
all right. Let's have a. And this is our Jeannie.
Yes, yes.
Jeannie's with us there. She's our netball,
Yes.
Springbok netball, Proteas netball. I don't know what they
Yes,
call
yes,
them.
yes. Junior Protea.
Junior Protea captain. I think she's a captain as well.
Yes, and she
Jeannie's
actually-
doing us proud.
Yeah, she actually just she was the lady of the tournament for
Oh,
the tournament. That she's amazing.
player
She's
of the
just-
tournament.
Yes, player of the
Yeah,
tournament.
there we
Look at
go.
me, lady
Go
of the
Jeannie.
tournament. Go
We love
Jeannie.
you. That's you there at the. That's some sort of hotel there.
Yes,
Where
that's
is
in.
that?
Oh, that's in Durban. I had the
In Durban.
privilege of attending the Durban Grand Prix, SPAR
Oh,
Grand
the
Prix.
Grand
Yes,
Prix,
yes,
which
so-
is the 10K
Yes.
race. Huh?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. All right, let's have a look there. See, we've got a couple more slides to go. Oh, green screening
Yes.
stuff there, bit of modelling.
Yes, yeah,
for you
that was
there.
also for the SPAR.
Okay, also
so
as
SPAR
well.
takes me to places.
Yeah, it does,
Thank
it
you,
does.
SPAR.
And there's a man in your life. Is that not a man in your life?
Oh well, that is a former Springbok player, Apiwe Janji.
Apiwe.
Yes, he is
Yo.
just such a young, such a nice young man. He's just amazing. So
There was a documentary on
yes,
Apiwe.
yes,
Amazing
yes.
story.
Yes, he's a young man that I had the privilege of attending this event. It was a gala event for VIPs at the Boardwalk Hotel
Okay.
and at the casino. So they asked him to be my partner for the
Wow,
event, and
okay.
yeah, it was amazing. He's amazing, Shem. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a good rugby player.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
rugby
So
player.
yeah, he's not a man in my life. He's just
All right. Yeah, the internet's playing load shedding tonight, so
Okay.
we hope that we're going to be all right there. And this also looks like Durban, maybe?
No, this is
Joburg.
Loftus Sulfate. That is the Blue Bulls' home.
Oh,
Yes, that was last 2
Loftus.
Yes, Loftus. We took a watch the Springbok take on Wales.
Oh, did you see
there.
watch the
I
Loftus
was
set was there?
I was there. It
You're
was
so
amazing.
lucky. Yeah, that
was
must have been amazing.
amazing.
50,000 people
It was
in there.
packed. It was so
Yo,
nice.
and
It was-
post masks, what a
Yes,
pleasure.
it was, everybody was just so happy. Everyone was
Yo.
just singing. Yeah.
Oh,
And
man,
the
I
Springboks won the game, which was also
Oh, there we go.
awesome.
We've seen that one. That was one in Cape Town now recently.
Yes.
And that there, be kind. Is that one of your mottos?
Yes, be kind. I think it's very important to practice kindness. You know, when
Yeah.
you make decisions from a kind heart, you're able to make proper decisions, and you also need to consider other people as well. And so
Of
kindness
course.
is very important.
course.
So this was 4 days ago in Joburg in Sandton. I just saw that sign,
Yeah.
and I went back and I'm going to take a picture. I drove past it and then I went back. Like, I need to take a picture, yeah, just to
It's a lovely-
remind
it is a
people
lovely
that
picture.
just to be kind.
All right. Well, I think what we've got one more little thing that we're going to do with you
Okay.
before we say goodbye. And that is a little getting to know you session,
Okay.
which is a couple of strange pictures. Let's do a little getting to know you.
Get to know all about you.
All right. Let's get to know you a little bit here. What's the biggest risk that you've ever taken?
The biggest risk that I've ever taken,
What would you say?
like, I went bungee jumping. Let
Oh,
me
did
tell
you?
Yes. Safe answer. Yes,
Safe answer.
Yes, I went bungee jumping.
Business-wise,
Yes.
never taken a risk business-wise?
I always take risks.
Is it? You're okay?
All the time, like
can do it,
all
eh?
the time. I mean,
Put out the money and like, oh, please. come back.
Yes, like even for tomorrow, it's a big risk. I'm not gonna share that, but it's a big risk. But yeah, when it comes
Okay.
to business, I mean, I had Black Excellence events,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And this is now before COVID. It was
Yeah.
actually started as like a side hustle, like a small
Yeah,
business
yeah,
while
hustle.
working. Yes, but then obviously, Shane, there was that sad liquidation of the Kings, and I was left unemployed.
Okay.
You know, so then my side hustle became my main
Yeah.
hustle. Yes.
Okay.
And then I was starting to pick up and doing well within events, and then COVID came.
Yeah, and then it wiped out events.
And then it wiped out events.
Jeez.
My clients just I
Yeah, they
lost
just
clients.
cancelled. Yeah, of course.
And then I needed to sort of
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah.
And then I started Black Excellence Models. Like during a pandemic, I started a modeling agency, you know, and then 6 months after starting the modeling agency, I won the Herald Citizen of the Year
Yeah.
for the
For the
modeling
modeling agency.
agency. So I think that was
entrepreneurial. You see.
entrepreneurial.
So you
much
don't
more.
mind. You can do it. You just go.
Okay, I don't want to get my teachers in trouble, but at school
Yeah.
there's that rule of no selling sweets and everything like
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
because it's against school policy.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, we had a tuck shop.
Yeah.
I was allowed to sell sweets at school. Thank you, Mister.
Yeah.
I was allowed to sell sweets at school because they saw an entrepreneurial spirit. You know,
But that's part of your education, and that's fine.
yes. You know, it wasn't allowed, but I did the only thing I had to do because all of my clients would then eat the sweets and throw the pack.
Oh, you couldn't do it.
So that at break
You
time,
got
I
pick
had
it
to
up.
clean. That time I had to clean all of those packets. So yeah.
I thought you said you were still you just had to pay the bribes to the teachers every
No. So yeah, so I did that in grade 11. I actually won an award for the grade the grade 11 to 12 with the most entrepreneurial spirit. That's cool. So they actually gave me an award for selling sweets at school.
Excellent.
You know, because
For breaking the rules.
So even when I post sometimes all of my business achievements, I would get messages that you knew that you would get it because you've always had that entrepreneurial
Yes.
spirit. You know, my business economics teacher. She
Yeah.
used to say that I could sell ice to an Eskimo. You know, that's just, I'm a salesperson.
I get
So I
you.
love
I get
marketing.
Okay, so what is the hardest that you've ever worked?
The hardest is literally last year.
Really?
It's honestly like last year, like I worked, and it was the hardest I've ever worked from the period of not working and just being focused on the business. Because then I needed to make it work and stuff, and also I had to push myself because remember I was working. There was a period where I was working without an income, Gino. Like I mean, I started Black Excellence Models with 100 Rand in my business account. You know, I'm so grateful to all of my sponsors. You know, I'm grateful to the people that Leon Hugo is one of our photographers for the academy. So Leon just came on board and would take pictures, and I wouldn't pay him anything because I couldn't afford to. You know, I had Liesel who did our social media and she did the graphics. It was just sponsored. You know, I had venues that were sponsored as well. And I worked. There was 6 months of working without an income. But I would wake up every single day. I've got a friend who's amazing who would let me. Yes, we've got Wi-Fi and everything at home, but like you need to be out of your office, your home, because you've got bed and you've got that thing. I'm retrenched. So she would let me go work in her office, and I would share an office with her. And she would say, Yolanda, like you are so inspiring. I would drop off Jody at school and go to an office. 6 months, no income. Means to be an entrepreneur.
Okay, because our internet's off and on a bit. I noticed the internet, so it won't be too much longer. What would your perfect holiday be like?
Okay.
Where do you want to go?
Oh, okay. So where do I want to go? Okay. My perfect holiday would be with Jody. You know, I mean, I've always wanted to travel, but there's been like, who do I go with and everything, like friends. You plan things with friends, and then somebody sort of at the last moment says no. But this year, when I went to Cape Town with Jody, we've been on holiday together, but when I went to Cape Town with him for a week, it was just such an amazing experience. You know, just going and just seeing the stuff. We went to the aquarium, we went on those wheels at the waterfront and stuff like that. But just to see things through a child's perspective, you know, because adults we go wine tasting and but now Jody just wanted to do the little things, and I just realized how much I just miss being a child, because that week in Cape Town I was actually a child, you know. I was just doing everything that Jody was doing. You know, there's a place called Epic Play, which is like gravity. In PE. So we would jump up and down, and it would be so cool. I'm thinking, oh my word, I've missed jumping up and down, you know. And our meals, we would go to obviously to child-friendly restaurants and stuff like that, you know. And Jody just having Starbucks, like it would be so cool. So my perfect holiday would probably to go on an island with Jody. Like just I can just to actually just see his
get
face.
on the ship and go.
Just go on the ship and go, and also just seeing how he gets excited just made me excited as well. So travel more with your kids, parents. Don't leave them with the nannies or the grandparents.
It's true. But also, at the moment, no men in your life.
No,
nothing. It's just you and Jody.
On Gino's spot, I'm going to, because I get a lot of DMs. Please don't DM me just because I'm just telling you now. No, at the moment there's no man in my life, and I'm happy. I'm content, and I think it's going to happen at the right time. Yes, it will definitely happen. My only man right now is 11, and he's probably texting me, asking me right now, when am I getting home? So
it won't be long now, Jody.
That's one of the reasons why there's no one.
Oh man. Let's see. How does your body and mind react to stress?
Sure. I have now learned to train myself not to stress, which is very difficult because it's we stress, we work. But remember, I'm a cancer survivor, and stress is not good for me. It's not good for my immune system. And but I know now, like I can tell, like my body, because I've been through that whole cancer process, my body can tell me when I'm stressed. Even before the Garmin, which I got from my SPAR, thank you SPAR. Even before, that Garmin will tell you, stress. Even before it tells me, I know, I feel my body, and then I'm a hiker. So I hike. Nature helps me.
You don't run as well.
I'm not a long distance runner.
Short distance.
When you sprint, it's difficult, you know. So at school, I would be the first person, 100 meters, 200 meters, 150. the day it is the cross country, everyone will be laughing at me because the sprinter is there. And I'm like, no, there's no Yolanda Bukani that day.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I do. I mean, last year I was really struggled a bit with depression as well, and just anxiety, and also post-COVID. And so I hike. I hike. Hiking helps me. Nature helps
meditation
me.
as well.
Meditation is just being out. Like, I mean, like I said, from being in isolation with the stem cell transplant, I'm an outdoor person, so I try and be outside as much as I can. You know, and I'm privileged to have a balcony, so if it comes at night, I'm standing on the balcony and fresh air, breathe. You know.
Okay, one question I'd love to ask as well is your favorite music or the first music that you ever bought, or the first. I mean, these days it's streaming, I suppose. It's all streaming. But what's on your playlist that you really enjoy that you can play on repeat?
Okay. Don't laugh.
Oh, well,
Don't laugh. Obviously, Scoot is there.
Yeah, of course.
Scoot. Yes. Let's clap for my Gino. Yes. So well done, my friend. You're so well deserved. Yes. But on my playlist right now is Mendoza.
Mendoza?
Yes.
Yes. Galagata?
No.
No, the other ones.
Skelegekes focus.
Okay.
Yes. Skelegekes focus. Yeah. It means like it's basically saying I'm focused.
Yeah.
I've got this. I'm gonna get this. So that is my morning training song every day because I know that there's gonna be challenges during the day. Yes. So I play that song and Joey's even think it's so random. He doesn't even know anything. But for me, I need to remind myself. Like it's sort of focused. It's like to stay focused. Stay focused. You've got this. You know, and it's Mina.
I like it. Mina. Isn't Mina Zulu, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that,
but it means me, you know. I am focused. I'm focused.
Mina is close, but it's when you say Mina is in Alice, because I know there's versions of Xhosa that are closer to Zulu as well.
Yes.
Is in Mfengu, Mfengu. So is it Mina in Mfengu and in?
I think so, but Mina is not Xhosa. Mna.
Yeah,
is
Mna. So but Mfengu isn't it? Xhosa. I can't remember now. I'd have to.
I don't know. Sorry.
Well, I don't know if Mfengu was closer to Zulu, because they're very similar.
Yes,
Zulu and
Xhosa
are very similar.
And also, Alice Xhosa is village Xhosa, so I would find that.
Yeah, she probably proper Xhosa. There we go. All right. So, any time, final question. Any time when anything has gone wrong, or an embarrassing moment, or something, where something's been that you can remember.
Yes. Okay. So it's this wig life, right?
Yeah, wig life.
So it's this wig life. Like I said, in Grahamstown, people. Oh, it wasn't bad because it wasn't windy, right?
Okay. Yes.
But people hug. Right, and they will be hugging you, and when you hug somebody who's wearing a wig, guys, that wig will move. You know? So I've had a lot of incidents where like people will be hugging me, and then the wig shifts and stuff like yes. And then I've just had something quite recent with the wig, right? Like I said, I was at the rugby. Yeah. I was at the rugby in Pretoria, and it got cold. So I was wearing, I had bought Jody those Springbok beanies, but I was like, okay, fine, it's cold, let me just put it on. I put the beanie on, and now the Springbok have just won. Everyone is screaming.
Hugging.
Everyone is hugging. Oh my word. Does the beanie and the wig not move up until here? Luckily, the cameras were not anywhere near me, and my friend's battery was dead, so there was no video.
Oh, that's all right. So you were lucky. You were lucky.
I was really lucky.
Oh, Yolanda Bukani, thank you so much for coming on, my darling. You've been fantastic. I love it, and I've so enjoyed our journey together and it's our continuing journey with the SPAR virtual challenge. Yes. The theme is I Rise, which is perfect. Yes. Perfect for PE as well, for the it's to rise because we need to pick ourselves out of this mess here in the Eastern Cape too. And thank you to our sponsor SPAR and to Justin out there at Division Leads as well as of course Amobia, our internet provider. And talking here so you can hear me too. So thank you for joining us on Gino Spot, and we'll see you next Tuesday. It's going to be fun. We're going to have the Hazy Shades. It's a band from the 60s with Ken J. Larkin next week, so don't miss out. Or Ken J. Larkin and the Hazy Shades next week. Thank you, Yolanda. It's been fantastic having you on. I think we're going to do. Should we do the competition as well?
Yes.
Let's do the compo. We do we're gonna collect up the people that are online at the moment, and we just zap them and go for it. Go for it. Let's see who's going to win the Case of Fitch leads today. It will be. Justin and Marinda Ferreira. Fantastic, Marinda. I don't think you've won before either, so it's fantastic, wonderful to have you as our winner. Thank you for joining us, Gino Spot, and we'll see you next week. Thank you to Fat Cats as well for our chow. We're going to eat some. Thank you, Grace. Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. One drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Get to Gino